This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Stick around to hear more about their special offer for the entire upper echelon community. Okay, today I want to talk about what I believe to be the biggest scam in the entire gaming industry, and I know that's a very big accusation, so without any sort of preamble, let's just dive in. This is Miggster. Miggster is a 60 some odd euro annual subscription video game website, mobile games primarily, that hosts cash value tournaments and heavily incentivizes recruitment. On a page that is now deleted, recently deleted I believe, we can see that their incentive structure is as follows. Recruit the most people and you get 5,000 euros in travel vouchers. Get second or third and you'll be given 2,500 in travel vouchers. Fourth to 10th, a $1,500 gaming laptop, and 11th through 50th, a $600 tablet. These aren't the world's most sought after prizes, not by any stretch. They aren't giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's a measurable incentive. Before going any further, this video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an incredible online learning community that is built purely for the benefit of all its users. One of my favorite things, right off the bat, is that there are no ads in any of the classes. Ads disrupt content. I use them here on YouTube, absolutely, but make no mistake, I know that ad-free content is always a rank above, and that's what Skillshare has. Ad-free classes all of the time. One of the challenges I run into as a creator here on YouTube is finances, not necessarily always earning money, but properly handling it once you do. One class in particular, Bookkeeping for Freelancers, How to Handle Your Finances by Emily Simcox, has been the class I explored this week and was incredibly helpful. And now that I'm finished with that, there's a massive library of additional resources to choose from. You can be a novice, amateur, or professional even. Skillshare is built for all levels of expertise, and learn from other people in your own given field at your own pace. When you join, you can even try out a Skillshare live class, which adds a new dynamic layer to the online learning experience. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link down below in the description will get a 1-month completely free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring right now today. Again, the link down below in the description will give the first 1,000 users to click it a 1-month free trial so they can explore the site at their own pace. Big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring the channel. Now, with all of that in mind, I want to do a little experiment live on screen for everyone, which is going to be kind of a foundational item for later on in the video. So this is Miggster, of course. If we go to register right now, we get this page. Okay, this is Miggster. There's a video that plays if you click that. And you actually need a code here to be able to, you have to get referred by someone in order to sign up. So, I don't know. What's someone's code? I guess I'll have to look one up. 1 second. Okay, so after a simple Google search, we can go with what? KP, this was the first one that came up, I think. KPKPLOL, right? Is that a valid one? Okay. They're everywhere. People are always trying to promote this scam network, and anybody in it is trying to, rise within it. It's a whole... I'll explain it more later. Anyway, so this is the real experiment here. For signing up, email fake@fake.com. Let's see what that does. Fake@fake.com. Okay. Fake@fake.com and then fake again. Let's just make sure it's all capitalized. Okay. Preferred username. Let's do fake user. Okay. That's available. Perfect. First name, fake name. Last name, fake name. Country, and then this is not the first time I'm looking at this page. I just want to be clear about that. Let's make our country the Heard Island and McDonald Islands, which I'm pretty sure are unpopulated islands. Like, nobody lives there. So let's say we're from there. And for our password, we'll do fake 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Because there has to be a certain number of characters. Okay. So then you have to do this, right? Okay, boom. I confirm that I've read and accept the below documents. So that's a whole different... I could do a whole video on the terms and conditions. And then I have to verify that I'm... Yeah. Oh, also, yeah, you have to become a member of Crowd1. So, yeah, keep that in mind. I'm not a robot, and then I register. Okay, there we are. We're good. Last day to compete. So this is just funny side note. The Spinner is the lead up to the launch of Miggster on the 14th of November. We're well past the 14th of November. And then there's all sorts of just stuff. But that's it. Like, we're in. We're in with fake@fake.com as an email. Okay, back to the scripted component here. I just created an account where obviously not one single piece of information was accurate, and I was in. This allowing whoever's affiliate code I use to claim an additional referral, right? Like, I count as a person who was referred by whoever's code that was, and increasing the Miggster user base by 1 additional person. Now, big air quotes around that. However, there were a couple other key things to look at. First and foremost, as I was creating my profile, I was also registering at Crowd1, as I made note of in the actual experiment. My fake name and fake email is not just part of Miggster now, it's a part of Crowd1. And if we look at the who is directory for the domain names of Miggster and Crowd1, we can see that they are registered to the exact same person and company, Crowd1 Network Europe. I'm using screenshots for this because very recently a lot of this information conspicuously changed to be much more opaque. For example, the registrar now for both Crowd1 and Miggster is EuroDNS-SA. This obviously outlines a connection between Miggster and Crowd1. Further corroboration would be how Miggster is used as a prominent feature in Crowd1 conferences all the time, and marketing conventions as well, but let's do a more precise breakdown of who owns what and where the connections exist. Miggster is the property of Emerge Gaming. Emerge Gaming is an Australian technology and esports company listed on the ASX, Australian Stock Exchange, who is also partnered with Crowd1, who then uses a vast affiliate network to market the Miggster platform to various people who are interested. This results in an interesting situation where Miggster accounts for 98% of Emerge Gaming's entire revenue stream. And what's more, there are some interesting figures when it comes to user engagement. Analyzed by a user named BigWill2018 on the Hot Copper stock boards, we can see that Miggster has had periods of time where they add a tremendous number of users, but when increasing their player base by hundreds of thousands in a single month, 700,000 for this particular instance, only 270,000 were active, meaning that only 270,000 people logged in at all after increasing their user base by 700,000. This might seem like a strange situation if we had not done our little experiment in the beginning to know why. You can make a completely demonstrably fake account in mere seconds and inflate the numbers of the Miggster platform under a recruitment incentive framework. But that does not equate to actual regular users, because the entire thing is constructed to expand as quickly as possible, yet the growth is almost completely faked. So Miggster, with traffic driven through Crowd1's affiliate marketing team, is owned and operated by Emerge Gaming, so let's look at them. Emerge Gaming has a fancy little website, but one of the more interesting sections is the sponsors. Emerge claims, right, this is their claim, that they have existing partnerships with huge brands like Puma, Levi's, Reebok, or Adidas. The thing is that at least for two of these brand partners, Levi's and Reebok, the partnership is fake. When reached for comment, spokesmen for both of these major companies stated that they do not have a partnership with Miggster or Crowd1, and Levi's even went on to say that they simply do not operate in the gaming industry at all. Furthermore, one of Emerge Gaming's most prominent media partnerships, Kagaso Media, I think is how it's pronounced, is unreachable. A source of mine, who did research on this topic himself over the course of multiple months, made me aware that the phone number for Kagaso Media does not connect. It's not a valid phone number. And after 3 separate email attempts to get in contact with them over the span of 2 weeks with their official media form or contact form, it proved to be impossible. One more thing, Crowd1, for a significant period of time, actually tied their own residual income and other rewards, and residual income was basically code for the stuff you get from it being a pyramid scheme and the other people that are paying you after you recruit people. It's a ridiculous thing. I'll get into that later. But for a significant period of time, they tied the residual income and other rewards to Miggster registration. This meant that members seeking to be a part of Crowd1's network, Crowd1's pyramid scheme, were forced to register on Miggster, pumping up their stat sheet in a way so obvious that even the board of directors for Emerge Gaming were forced to acknowledge that they had no idea what the motivations or behavior of their user base actually was. Miggster is driven by fake metrics and inauthentic growth. Its owner, Emerge Gaming, is advertising fake partnerships with brands that do not and would not work with them, while Crowd1 markets their subscription around the world, most prominently targeting less developed countries with high poverty rates. Cool. What's next? Well, the next thing is looking at Crowd1. I've talked about this company before, so I'll summarize more than anything else, but Crowd1 is an organization that self-advertises as a marketing revolution. Promises of incredible wealth, upward mobility, and unlimited potential are eventually backed by theft and stolen capital. It's a multi-level marketing scheme that borders on the descriptor of pyramid, and has been officially warned against, or actually outright banned, by 19 different sovereign governments around the globe. Crowd1 was founded by Jonas Werner, and Jonas Werner, judge for yourself. Jonas Werner, as his first company in the marketing space, founded a group called Synchronize Springlow. Later exposed as a pyramid scheme targeting students, I think it was, he moved on to create a company called OPN Site Talk, with a partnered company, Tawa Group Limited, whose chairman of the board was named Tor Anders Petero. More on him later. OPN Site Talk, Jonas Werner's second company, just to keep people on track, was later acquired full sale by cryptocurrency marketing company OneCoin, which would become the biggest pyramid scheme in the cryptocurrency world to date, described by the Times as one of the largest scams in human history. Crowd1 was founded by a man who previously created a pyramid scheme, then created a company and sold it to a pyramid scheme, and now he has created, according to 19 different countries around the world, another pyramid scheme. But we're not done. The CEO of Crowd1 previously worked with Jonas Werner, the founder of Crowd1, as Chief Visionary Officer for Synchronized Springlow, Chief Visionary Officer for a pyramid scheme. And before that, he had a company during the dot-com bubble that lost 95% of its value in the aftermath. Not the best choice for CEO. Remember that partner group though, Tawa Group Limited? Remember Tor Anders Petero? Yeah, he's known in his home country as the Pyramid King, and not only was he closely associated with the founder of Crowd1 during previous ventures, where the Tawa system he operated was used as a payment portal for other pyramid schemes around the world, not just Synchronized Springlow, he is also an advisor for Impact Crowd Technologies, which is the parent company of Crowd1. So where does this leave Miggster and Emerge Gaming? In the middle of a shitstorm. That's where, because the ASX, Australian Stock Exchange, has issued multiple warnings against them, and they're now forced to consider divesting the company, or the asset of Miggster, which composes 98% of the entire revenue stream as a result of Crowd1's pyramid scheme, which would essentially kill them outright. They are now suspended by the ASX, apparently after issuing ridiculous predictions directly at a Crowd1 conference, and as the world burns around them, I just can't help but laugh. Miggster is the biggest gaming scam you never heard of because it's a gaming scam that got fueled by a global pyramid scheme targeting poverty-stricken countries. It's not a gaming scam aimed at the audience of this channel or actual video game players. It's a gaming scam designed purely to monetize victims of an entirely separate and, again, global pyramid scheme who simply can't see the truth. Crowd1 is now listed by certain publications as a collapsed pyramid scheme, having stolen billions from its victims, and Miggster has declined away from its initial pre-marketing hype cycle, which was where all the damage was done, but I wanted to cover the reality of what Miggster actually was, what Emerge Gaming had constructed and what that company clearly is to be working with this type of business venture, and what Crowd1 was actively operating as well. You never heard of it because the biggest scam I have ever seen personally in gaming, and that's saying something, it didn't even target gamers. That's it. If you want to support, there are links down below, primarily Patreon or locals. I'm trying to have the channel focus on those methods of funding rather than ad revenue from YouTube, so please consider that if you have any interest at all. Also, Odyssey, which is a YouTube platform alternative where my entire content library is visible, another gaming YouTuber to check out, merchandise, Skillshare, of course, where the first 1,000 people to click get a free month of classes, and some other stuff as well, but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.